Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has once again said that its just war to eliminate Hamas will continue until all the goals are achieved. IDF says that there are signs Hamas' system is falling apart as they are killing militants every day and there's a need to press even harder. Take a listen.
היום אנחנו רואים כל יום עוד ועוד מחבלים שנהרגים, עוד ועוד מחבלים שנפצעים, ואנחנו רואים בימים האחרונים מחבלים שנכנעים, סימן להתפרקות של המערכת, סימן לזה שצריך ללחוץ יותר חזק, וזה מה שאתם עושים.
IDF says it deepened the fighting in the Khan Yunis area on Saturday, and Israel has ordered more evacuations in the city. Netanyahu reportedly told the US President Joe Biden in a phone call over the weekend that the IDF's current operation in Khan Yunis will go on for 3 to 4 more weeks. And the reports say that the Biden administration is believed to expect that afterward the fighting in Gaza will become more focused and less intense. It adds that the officials have denied previous reports that Biden set a deadline to wrap up the fighting by the end of the year. IDF also claims to have eliminated many militants in parts of northern Gaza where forces reportedly located underground shaft and weapons. A recent study published by an Israeli newspaper has found that Israel's aerial bombing offensive in Gaza is the most indiscriminate in terms of civilian casualties in recent years. The analysts found that in 3 earlier operations in Gaza from 2012 to 2022, civilian deaths made up about 40% of the total deaths in airstrikes. But in the first 3 weeks of the current operation, the proportion of civilians killed rose to 61%. And in fact, this ratio is significantly higher than the average civilian toll in all the conflicts around the world during the 20th century. Meanwhile, the Israeli army has released a video showing street fighting in northern Gaza's Jabalia. It said that Israeli troops launched a targeted strike on structures where Hamas militants took positions and that many militants were killed in the fighting. In another video that has been released by the IDF, it alleged that Hamas militants beat civilians and stole the humanitarian aid they received from international organizations that was facilitated by Israel. On the other hand, Hamas has released footage showing fighting with Israeli army in Gaza, and the video appears to show militants using rockets-propelled grenades to attack armored vehicles. IDF says 5 of its soldiers died in fighting Hamas in last 24 hours. The ex-IDF chief's nephew has also been killed in Gaza fighting a day after his son was killed. Meanwhile, the IDF has also announced the death of a hostage at the hands of Hamas.
נציגי צה"ל עדכנו הערב את משפחתו של האזרח סער ברוך, זיכרונו לברכה, אשר נחטף ב7 באוקטובר. סער נרצח בידי ארגון הטרור חמאס. אנחנו עדיין מאמתים ומתחקרים את הפרטים באשר למקום הירצחו.
Now, thousands of protesters rallied in Tel Aviv on Saturday calling for Gaza hostages to be freed. And these included the relatives of hostages who are still in captivity and those who've been released.
הם מתים עוד קצת, כל יום, בלי אוכל ובלי תרופות. חלקם נחטפו פצועים וקורטי איברים. לא מטפלים בהם. כן, גם בגברים.
In risks of a war spillover, Yemen's Houthis say that they will target ships in Red Sea en route to Israel unless the Gaza Strip receives the food and medicine it needs.
The prohibition of the passage of ships heading to the Zionist entity of any nationality.
Israel's national security advisor, meanwhile, also indicated that once Hamas is defeated in Gaza, Israel may have to go to war against Hezbollah across the northern border in Lebanon. He said that the situation in the northern border with Lebanon must be changed. And when the day comes, Israel will have no alternative but to impose a new reality if Hezbollah remains a threat.